Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special anniversary version of the Grandpod. Stop putting that face. Okay. Special anniversary version of the Grandpod, hosted by me, Baggage. That's right, it's a bit unusual, but I won the election, so I'm here. And of course, who else could be the guest other than the fantastic Nyla? How you doing, Nyla?
It's good. I'm
Good.
not used to this. I'm used to being a lot
Yeah,
more polished. I'm just here. I exist.
that's right. That's right. We're in the hot seat now. I'm excited. Okay, so obviously with the layout that I stole from you, the first thing is going to be an icebreaker question. So
Okay.
this podcast is going to be really loosely themed on like anniversary, like 1 year anniversary type stuff.
Hmm.
So I thought to tie into that theme, my icebreaker question is going to be, what's made you the proudest over the past year?
Oh my gosh. Um, Damn. In relation to grandson or just in general?
Anything. What have you done?
Oh wow. Um, Damn. I didn't expect that. Okay.
That's right.
Cool.
Welcome to
What's
the
made
hot
me
seat.
the proudest? Um, I traveled. I never traveled before. I actually left my house. And I don't leave my house unless I have to go to work, right? But I actually went out and like did things. And I'm still doing that. Um I think the first time I ever really traveled for a show was back for Unsilent Nyla in 20 Unsilent Nyla? Oh my god, Unsilent Night. I can speak, I promise. Unsilent Night in 2021 when I went to go see Grandson and then another band I like called Life After Youth in Texas. And then I went back to Texas December to also see Life After Youth again, but also to see Friday Pilots Club. I went to San Diego to go see Dead Poet Society and Broken Love for the second time. Thank you, traffic. I went to I went there, and then I'm going to Chicago in like in a little over a week to go see Friday Pilots Club again. Um, I'm just traveling. I'm going to Rockville, in Florida. Never been to Florida. I'm scared of Florida. Florida's horrifying.
Heard
Um,
bad things.
yeah, no, it's yeah. So I guess I'm just most proud of the fact that I'm traveling and I'm getting out of my little bubble, my little safe space, my room here, and I am actually moving around and not confining myself into uh my room anymore. So yeah,
That
I
is a
guess that.
fucking good answer, just off the cuff. Just, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just going out and seeing and doing things and experiencing the world and loving life.
yeah,
Traveling's mad though. Like the first time you go to an airport on your ones, you're just like, where am I going? What am I doing? Am I allowed to take this? Is it
yeah.
everything okay?
Oh yeah, no. The first time, well,
Right.
technically the first time I
Icebreaker
like
question out of the way.
traveled.
Right.
Goddamn. Oh yeah, no, I talk a lot. So you're going to have to stop me.
Okay.
I talk about everything. I'm a
I'm
rambler.
sorry.
You
I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
just
fine.
listen. Right. It's important I get to this now. It's important I get to this now
Okay.
because yeah.
This is
Right.
horrifying.
Uh.
I'm scared. Mom, come pick me up.
So on the way on sort of the way home from work one day, I was riding my motorbike. I was sort of dodging
Okay.
traffic, defying death, and just being really cool and shit. Um,
Okay.
and I thought to myself, I need like a quiz component of this, but how can I make it
Okay.
more difficult? How can I make it? So I thought,
Okay.
why not the element of surprise?
All right.
Okay, so this is a game that I've come up with that I've named
Oh wow.
Headfuck 3 million.
Okay.
Right, so
Fun.
if I was on like Twitch or something, I'd do like a little there, but that's all right. We'll just edit that afterwards or some shit, right?
Yeah, I can figure that out.
Oh,
What do you want, like
fantastic! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like what's going on?
Okay.
What are we feeling for sound effect wise? Is it like
I
a
want like if you can have like oh shit. Uh,
honestly, if you find the sound effect,
oh
you
no,
can send
listen,
it to
I'll
me,
find some. I'll find some.
and
I'll
then
find
yeah, and then I'll edit it in after.
right. So Headfuck 3 million. I'm just going to ask you random, slightly difficult grandson related questions at any point throughout. I
Okay.
might just interrupt you and just throw one at you. I've got an
Okay.
example one. This is going to be the easiest one, okay? And you better
Okay.
not be looking these up on your laptop or whatever. I know what games you're up to, right? What's the
Look at my
longest
phone
grandson
fair.
music video?
The longest
The
grandson
longest
music
grandson
video.
music video. You're probably gonna know this. Like, look at you. You're like fucking.
I'm trying to count because I'm trying to figure out all the. These aren't including ones he's featured in, right? It's not like Heat Seeker, Good Mood. It's just Grandson.
I'm
Right?
talking Grandson main YouTube channel because that's the one that I looked through.
Okay, Grandson main YouTube channel doesn't include Bloodwater, so I automatically know it's not Bloodwater because that's on Fueled by Ramen. So, um, we're gonna let's see. Oh, it's not that. I don't think I'm trying to think of one that has a narrative element because if it has a narrative element, then it's gonna be a little bit longer.
You're gonna kick yourself
Um,
if you can't. I thought you'd get this easily.
no, because I don't watch the music videos that
No,
often. I
me
forgot there
neither.
was a Stigmata
Me
one.
neither.
I
I didn't watch
forgot.
like any of the ones for Death of an Optimist.
Like when I was doing the last video, last podcast, and I was asking Theo the comments, I forgot there was a Stigmata one, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I remember when it came out and everything, but it completely in Rock Bottom. I forgot Rock Bottom had one too. Oh, Rock Bottom. No, the longest one. Identity.
No, no. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna put you out of your
I
misery.
don't know.
It's 6 o'clock.
It is 6 o'clock. That was my first instinct, but then I was like, it's no, not possibly 6 o'clock.
Gotta trust yourself,
But
innit?
that's also, yeah, yeah.
He's a
Okay.
banger though. To be fair, I'm so bad with the music videos. I've got right. That tattoo you might recognise from like the one like the grandson sent out like 3 leaflets, and I think it's maybe the
Oh
Riptide
yeah.
video. I don't know.
Yep.
He made like a fake cult up. I haven't even seen the fucking video. That could be like an evil thing I've got tattooed on me. But the
Literally
minute
stop right now. You haven't seen the music video for
I
Riptide?
I
Were
literally
you?
barely watch the videos for anything. I just go on Spotify.
What
I'm
did
like,
you think the shoulder thing was? The thing that everyone was. What did
listen.
you?
Everyone's fucking
What did
weird.
you?
Everyone's fucked in this community. Okay, I look away for 1 second. People are changing their Twitter profiles and shit to what? I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm getting liked by 15 people. They've all changed their handles, so it's like fucked. I'm getting like, who? Oh, is that Leo? Oh shit! No, it's fucking E. What's going on? Okay. Everyone's fucked in this community, and you're gonna have got me for not watching a fucking music video. Why is everyone shugging? Because you're fucking weird. Everyone's weird. That's why.
Don't ever disrespect my son Billiam again. He's
Fuck
beautiful
Billiam,
and we.
okay?
Don't. My son.
Literally, I want
It's my
24
child.
hours without some ludicrousness on my Twitter feed, please. And yet,
Real.
can't escape it. Anyway,
Real.
now that we've got that little taster question out of the way, they're gonna get harder from there.
Dang.
So you're gonna
That
suffer.
sucks because I used to have. I feel so cheated because I thought I was so smart. I used to have the Bloodwater link to the music video memorized. The entire link, every character, every capital letter, and everything when I first got into Grandson. I can't remember it for shit now, but I knew every single letter. I don't think you understand how difficult that is.
No,
The
I
equal
know.
signs and
No, I know.
everything. Like,
You're
eh,
mad as a fucking dickless dog, is what you are. Jesus Christ. That I mean,
yeah, I'm so glad I
what?
can't remember that anymore. Now I can hold better information. Um, like Billiam. So praise Billiam.
Get him off my Twitter feed. Also, right, if anyone listens to this podcast and thinks it's gonna be funny to start that shit up again, no. All right, no. This is your warning shot now. No, don't you? No, none of fucking hand signals. I'm throwing a fucking warning shot now. No. All right. I'm gonna get rude on Twitter. Right. Okay. I
Not
was also
rude.
I was gonna crack on with a brief interview next because I'm such a fucking good podcast host.
Okay.
So I thought I'd do what's the most generic question I could ask? How did you get into Grandson? Now I understand you've probably
Oh.
answered this quite a lot before, and you've
Uh
probably
huh.
asked this quite a lot before. So I thought it'd be fun to sort of turn it
Mhm.
around. But I want some details. I want to get
Okay.
into getting dig fucking deep. Right, that's where I want to be.
Okay. All right. So you want me to answer how I found Grandson? I'll go through the whole thing.
I want the whole narrative, everything.
Okay. So first time I ever heard a Grandson song, was late 2017. But let's note that I didn't get into Grandson until 2018. This is a very important fact.
Mhm.
I forgot about this situation. My partner I was with at the time, we used to exchange music a lot. It was just like, hey, I think you'd like this song. I think you'd like this song. Happened all the time, right? So, she sends me War by Grandson, and she's like, I think you'll like this. I was
Chill.
like, okay.
Fucking chill.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time, She sent me stuff and I wouldn't listen to it. I was just like,
Oh,
oh
you're so
yeah,
real
thanks,
for that.
babe.
You're so
That's
real
so
for
good.
that.
I was just like, yeah, thank you. Oh my god. But that one I actually listened to. I actually listened to more. And I liked it. I think I texted her, oh, thank you. I like this. Didn't add it to a playlist, didn't do anything to it, didn't like it, didn't do anything. It was gone. Like I was like, yeah, no, I like this. This is good. And moved on with my life, right? We fast forward to May 24th, 2018. I will never forget the day.
Fucking
Um,
hell.
May 24th, 2018, 2 days after my 16th birthday. I was sick. I didn't really feel well, so I stayed home from school. I was like, I'm not going to school. I don't feel well. So I'm at home. I'm like, oh yeah, I get a whole day to myself. Blah blah blah. Ooh, what's on the social media? You know. So I go on my phone, and Mike Shinoda is live. Now, a couple things you need to know about me. I had just met Mike Shinoda in person like a week and a half prior. So I was
Pretty
still like,
fucking
oh
cool.
my god, Mike Shinoda. So that was one thing. Um, two, I don't watch Instagram lives that much. Especially not back then, and especially not now. I don't watch them very much. I have to really, really be interested in you as a human being. But I was because I was so hyped from me meeting Mike Shinoda earlier that I was like, you know what? I'm off. I don't have work right now. I mean, work. Oh my god, I'm an adult now. I don't have school right now. I might as well watch this. I might as well watch this live stream. So I clicked it, and I clicked it, and the screen was split in half, and Mike was at the bottom, and this random curly-headed man who was in an airport was on the top half, and they were like mid conversation, and Mike was pretty much like, yeah, I'm always looking for new music, and I found Bloodwater. I didn't know what the hell a Bloodwater was. I was like, okay, he's
Oh
just
no.
talking, right? These are just words. And he was like, I found Bloodwater, and I was really into the message, and I was really into the sound. Um, and then he was pretty much like, can you give us some insight on that? Like, give us some insight on like how you made the song and like what it's about and everything. And the curly man started talking. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's spitting. Like he was talking about like holding certain representatives accountable. He was talking about like, and this was all he was like in an airport at that point, like super excited because he's talking to Mike Shinoda, obviously. Like me too, bestie. I'd be excited too. And he was like super excited and like explaining this and explaining his thought process behind it. And I was like, oh wow, yeah, I really like that. I don't know who this guy is, but I support him in his endeavors. Um, I support him. And I was like, okay, cool. And then this was the day that the Running from My Shadow music video dropped, and you can check it, May 24th, 2018. I will literally never forget it. Same day that it dropped. And they were like, yeah, so go watch the music video. I think they were doing it right before it like premiered or something. Go watch the music video, comment, like, subscribe, whatever, right? Leave. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go watch it. So, song comes on. Mike Shinoda's doing his thing, Mike Shinoda E. And I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, all right, I love this. But if you know Running from My Shadow, you know Grandson doesn't come in until Bridge. So we're getting to the second verse. I'm like, oh, we're gonna hear this man. And we don't. It's Mike again. So I was like, oh, well maybe he's like a producer, you know? Sounds good. Sonically it sounds good. So yeah, like, oh, he's good. Okay, cool. This is fine. And then the bridge comes in
It's heavy. It's
when
mad.
oh my gosh, my jaw was dropped. I was like just absolutely dumbfounded, flabbergasted. Every single, like, I just could not believe my ears. And I went back, and this was before like YouTube had a thing where you can repeat a certain section. So I had to go onto a website to repeat just Grandson's section of the song. And I did that for like an hour. And then I listened to the entire song on loop for like another hour. And then I was like, okay, well, I like the song. And I moved on with my day. But then I was singing it all day, and I was like, oh, well, this isn't good. So that night, this story is long. I told you, if you let me ramble, I'll ramble. So that night, I'm still a little sick, but I feel a little bit better. I have school the next day, so I have to go to sleep, and it's already like I have to wake up at like 6 in the morning. It's already like 12, and I'm like, well, I might as well just listen to like one more of his songs, just so I can see if I actually like this guy. And I was using Google Play Music at the time, and I was like, top song Bloodwater. Don't know what this is. I heard Mike Shinoda say something. Click Bloodwater. Jaw dropped, literally like open.
Mad.
I was just like,
Mad.
this is everything. This is everything to me. It was like, this right here, this is mine. This is my baby. I love it so much. I was obsessed. And I was like, oh no, like this is I was like, this is everything to me. I need this. And I ended up listening to his entire discography, which at the point was like 8 songs or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm here. This is my artist now. And I was a casual fan of him for all that time. I call that my grand anniversary because that's when I found Grandson, and I think that's when I knew something was there. But
Mm.
I forgot about him again. I forgot. Oops.
Oh, it
And
happens. It
then
happens.
A Modern Tragedy Volume 1 dropped. I believe, I can't remember the exact date. I think it was June 18th, 2018, but it could be June 16th,
I
2018.
forgive
I
you.
know that he dropped it on the same Post Traumatic and from Mike, and then Modern Tragedy Volume 1 dropped on the same day. I listened to Post Traumatic the night it came out because it comes out at 9 p.m. for me. But I listened to A Modern Tragedy on the Saturday, right? Like the Saturday after it came out. And I was in. I heard Despicable. I sobbed my eyes out, and I was like, yeah, cool. This is my guy now. So that's like the official day. But and this is the last part of the story, I promise.
No, that's all right.
I want to go back to the beginning that I said that my partner originally showed me a Grandson song. I need to emphasize that. So, I'm getting huge into Grandson now. I've made him my entire personality. If you were around me in 2018, then you knew about Grandson. And there was one day where I was like, I really like this guy. I need you to listen to his music, and because I really like him, and this is that. And we were in class together, and she was like, okay, fine. And she's like, I showed you one of his songs. And I was like, you've never showed me a song by him in my life. I've never heard anything by him in my entire life. What are you talking about? And she was like, what are you talking about? War. And she was like, I never heard that until I didn't hear that before. I heard that for the first time on the night of May 25th, 2018. So, and she was like, I showed you, and then she went through our text messages and showed me the link of when she sent me War and me saying, oh, I like that. So she was mad at me for the complete rest of our relationship for the fact that I never gave her credit for showing me Grandson, and that I always credited Mike Shinoda for showing me Grandson, who's now my favorite artist. So she's never gonna listen to this, but my bad.
I
Oops.
mean, in fairness, I'd be fucking mad too. I mean, I feel like
She was
I need
angry.
royalties.
She was angry, but to make up for it, like last year after Death of a Tour LA night one, I was so emotional, so excited about living and being alive for it. I literally texted her. I was like, thank you so much for showing me War. Like, I know I didn't remember, but I'm really grateful that you let me like this artist, and like you led me to them. And I was so emotional. I was like distraught in like the most positive
Oh,
way I can ever say.
oh,
um so I thanked her, and she was just like, no, yeah, it's good, we're cool. Oh, and I
yeah.
also ruined Grandson for her, so she never listened to any more Grandson after that because she said I was
Oh,
way
good
too
for
obsessive
you.
over it.
Oh no, good for you. That's how it should be. Like, especially with like ex partners. I don't care if it's cool between you
Yeah,
or whatever. It's a fucking fist fight, and
yeah,
you know, you can have the kids. I'm having grandson. You know, that's how it goes.
exactly, exactly.
Fuck.
But yeah, that's the super long narrative version of my Grandson journey, and now I'm here as a guest on my own podcast that I made.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We're in like phase 4 now. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Um, honestly, it's kind of weird. The similarities. There's a lot of similarities there, like a scary amount between me getting into it and you getting into it,
Really?
like a lot. But I'm not gonna get into that now
Okay.
because I mean I assume I don't know, at some point I might get asked about. I might get on a podcast myself. I don't know what's going on.
Who knows? Who
Right.
knows?
Now I noticed during you saying that, during you telling that story, you used the word sonics, right? Sonics. Talk about sound or something like that, right?
Oh
Which
yeah,
means
sonically.
you're right. You evidently are a musical person. Now I've got a question for
Yeah.
you. No, I've got a
Okay.
question for you, right? Because a few months ago, I don't remember what exact date because I'm not fucking weird. Okay, just to put that out there, right?
Jinkies.
I seem to
Zoink,
remember
Scoob.
a tweet coming out from the Nyla Twitter account
Okay.
saying about recording a Best Friends 2.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm not sure if you're aware, but that's Best Friends 2 is a subject of interest for me. If they made a Wikipedia page for it, I'd read it. And so because of that, I want to know What's the deal with that? What's going on? And also, just tell me
Oh,
about you making music in general, because like that's like a good
super
question,
fun.
isn't it?
Okay, awesome. So, best friend part two. Really funny. I was on my laptop, and I have a musical software on my bad boy. I've been using Machine 2. It's literally called Machine 2. I'm not saying Machine 2 do things. It's called Machine 2. It's the DAW that I use. It's my digital audio workshop. Yeah, there we go. And I've been using that since I was in the ninth grade. I took a music production class in ninth grade. I took it all 4 years of high school. I kind of became a bit of an expert with my baby. My drum machine is packed up because I'm moving. But yeah, I've been making music with that forever. And I was on my laptop, and there was all this buzz about Best Friends Part 2. And I said, wouldn't it be super fun to make that? So I took the intro guitar to Best Friends. I slowed it down. I made it sexy, and I started writing a hook to it. Um, and I can reveal that because it's not. I'm not gonna sing it, but it's like the sequel, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. Part two,
it's
as it
like
were.
the normal one is all of my best friends like to go get fucked up, blah blah blah. We already
Mhm.
know that, right?
Mhm.
And then the beginning of this one with like the super sexy slow guitar riff is like, all my friends, they're coming back to town. All my friends were coming in, boots stumping, shaking the ground. And it's like, it's the return, and it's super exciting, and it has this build up, and it's got this like bluesy soul kind of vibe when it happens, and I'm utterly obsessed with it. I just never have time.
Oh my
I
god.
it's so cool.
You just
It's like,
gassed me up so much for it, just for
it's
those
so
lyrics. I was like,
cool.
I was
It's
fucking
literally
yes.
so cool. I'm so excited to work on it when I actually have time. I never have time anymore. I work full time. I was a full-time student, but I took a semester off because I wanted to focus on music, but then I started working more because I work a full-time 40 plus hour a week job. I have the podcast. I have to take care of my house. I have a cat. I have a lot going on all of the time, and I don't necessarily have time for my music anymore. I even had to put my own music on the back burner. Here's a fun fact. I was supposed to drop a single on the day after Valentine's Day. Can't happen because everything got pushed back. Like, everything got pushed back. I was so excited. I was like, I finally have a release date. And then the universe was like, what if you had to move right now? What happened? What would happen? Would you do that? Would you drop it? Would you drop it? What if you had to move like right now? What if you had to move to an entirely different state? And I was like, oh, I guess not. um, but and I guess that's a good segue into my actual music. I've been working on a three-part EP series for like 4 years. I've been sitting on this for 4 fucking years. And honestly, at a certain point, it kind of turned into a musical, which was oops. But they all have a theme. On accident, I completely made a musical on accident. They all have a theme. Um, and I've been working on it so long. I finally am proud of the first one. I just have to record it. Um, and not let the imposter syndrome get to me. But yeah, I finally have it, and I originally was going to cut it because it's literally, it looks like a copycat of a modern tragedy because it's three EPs.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
was gonna say
interconnected,
a three-part
and
EP series. I wonder where you got that
and
from.
they all have 5 songs. And I was like, oh no, literally, oh no, three exclamation points. Second track on A Modern Tragedy Volume 3, I'm gonna look like a copycat. So what I did was I have a remix of one song on every single one. So that way it's 6 songs and it makes me feel more comfortable. Um, but yeah, but it's they all follow a narrative through line. I've been writing a bunch of these songs about separate things since I was 16, and I'm about to
I'm a
turn 21.
fan. I'm a fan. I'm
Um,
genuinely really excited. You gotta start putting shit out because, like, just from what you're saying about Best Friends Part Two, I'm like, this is gonna be fucking heavy. This is gonna be
I'm
sick.
so excited. Honestly, it's really funny because the music I listen to is so much different than the music I make. Like, right now, if you ask me what my favorite bands are, just off the top of my
It's gonna
head,
be Sleep
it
Token.
would be
Yeah,
Sleep
I'm on
Token.
Twitter.
I love
I'm on
Sleep
Twitter.
Token so much. Yeah, but it would be Sleep Token, LS Dunes, Knocked Loose, Friday Pilots Club, and like probably Dead Poet Society. Those are like the first ones that come to mind, like band wise, right? Those are all like rock bands, like kind of diving into like some parts metal and some parts this and some parts that. I make like soul music. I make like soul R&B borderline pop music. It's just what I've always gravitated to. I rap in my songs. Like it's so much different than the music I normally listen to every day.
I
Like
mean, it's your sound, and it's your sound.
it is, and I've been developing it since I was in the ninth grade, since I was 14. So it's
I'm
almost
really
7 years
excited for
in the
that.
making.
I'm
Brewing.
genuinely
I'm
excited.
super
I'm gonna be a fan. So my next question. Oh,
awesome.
Headfuck 3 million, and then you play the song that we chose there, right? How many times in the song "Fallin'" does Grandson say "I"?
Does that count all of the I and then I? Okay, hold
Not
on. I'll
no.
literally.
As in like AI, like I that. How many times did he
Oh,
say it?
that part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me go. I thought you meant like the I. Like there's also I. You know? Because there's
Do
also
you want a
those in
clue?
there. Oh
Do you want a clue?
no, I'll do it right now in my head. I got
Oh,
the whole
okay.
song in
Because
my heart. Are you
oh
kidding me?
right,
Are
okay.
you joking? Okay,
And the
hold on.
intro bit as well. The little
I'm gonna
intro
do
bit.
like.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I feel like I need to just sort of do some filler while this is going on.
This is
Little
my favorite song. I
intermission
was
bit
just
here.
listening to this
I'll
yesterday.
just have you guys ever seen A Beautiful Mind? Is it A Beautiful Mind where all the like fucking
I
like
just
letters and
skipped
numbers and
that.
like algebra and shit's
I
coming up in
just
front of
skipped
me
it.
like boop, 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 beep, 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 beep. In your head while this is going on, you can pretend that this is
Oh, okay,
like
wait, because
Nyla's my therapist.
this is the thing. Okay, hold on. I have a question. Because
Uh-huh.
there's different I's in the I. Because then there's the falling I, and then he goes, I'm falling. I I said it was the last time. Does that I count with the I's or does it count with the letter I?
There is one where it's on his own. It's like I'm
And then
falling at that does count. My
okay,
clue was
okay,
gonna be that it's not a multiple of 3.
yeah, because there's different like loose
Okay.
ones. But the
If you get
only
this, I'm
thing
gonna be fucking bamboozled.
that I'm confused about is that technically you can argue that all of them are the letter I. So I'm gonna say 0.
Well, I mean that's not the right answer. You sure you want to go
Are
for
you
that?
no? I'm so serious because I'm falling. I'm falling. He's saying I. He's not just saying I. Like he's not fucking being like oh I dos
No,
amigos. Like he's quite literally just saying I'm
he's
falling.
he's being like Italian. He's be like, ay ay ay. And he's like, that's what he's doing.
Okay, fine. Then I'll go back to counting. But
You got to count. I got to have a number.
I'm okay. Cool.
Look, you can
So
morally object all you want. Okay, you're in the hot
I
seat
just
now.
think
This is my podcast,
I
huh?
just think that we should have thought about that because it's it's okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna count. Because I have to go through the whole song.
I knew that you'd have some weird technicality for this. This is why I said I knew coming into this you'd ask about. Do you mean the letter I? No, I don't mean the letter I. I can't believe you're counting through it right now. This is fuck. Anyway, as I was saying,
Um.
if you like, you could pretend that Nyla's my therapist and that I'm currently being signed away under the Mental Health Act. If you guys like, if you want to pretend about that, it's quite nice, isn't it? A little bit of relaxing time between the two of us. Been a bit of a busy
Sorry, I'm
day,
just
to
singing
be
the whole
honest.
song. It's
No, no,
not
crack
even
on.
about
No,
you no
yeah.
more.
No, I'm just chatting with you. Yeah. How you guys
No,
doing?
because I feel
Yeah.
like that one shouldn't
Let me know.
count. Okay, anyways.
Tweet me
And
at
then,
baggage987. Let me know how your
oh,
day's
should I
been.
just double that one because the choruses repeat? No, because we should double track.
Fucking
Double track.
yeah. That's been a
Leave
long
me
day,
alone,
can't lie. It's
okay?
been a long week.
Oh no, I've lost count.
Well,
I can't remember what number this is supposed to be. Is this 12 or 17?
this is Headfuck 3 million, everybody. This is the game.
Hold on, wait. I gotta like. I need a tally. I'm gonna tally. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
where's my? Okay, I'm gonna use
Markers
my
up.
we're gonna the secret to the sauce. We're gonna use my Sudoku book so I can use the back page to do tally.
You're just a delight, you are. Every time, everything is just a surprise about you.
Okay, and then there's
I don't even. I've run out of stuff to do to fill the time. I'm just sitting here.
fun. You're
I'm
just gonna
just
have to
baffled. Isn't it?
sit and suffer. Let's fucking go.
You
Um,
guys listen to any good music recently? Well, let me know. At baggage987 on Twitter. Drop it a follow. I'm probably not going to follow you back because I'm going to be honest. If you're a grandkid, I don't care what you've got to say. You're all
real,
fucking nuts, okay? You're
real.
all off your fucking rocker. Yeah? I mean, look at this. Look at Exhibit A. Exhibit A, right? The fuck is going on here?
Oh shit. I keep losing count. This isn't fair. I'm not good at counting.
Absolutely.
I'm great at math. I'm not good at
I'm
counting.
not good at counting. You just literally told me you were like fucking Leonardo da Vinci.
I'm yoked at math, but I can't count. You don't have to count when you do math. It's just in the head.
You do. That's the first thing they teach you. What are you talking about?
But once the numbers are symbols, you don't have to count anymore. They're just symbols. It's just patterns at that point. I don't have to count patterns.
At that point, it's gone too far. Okay, this is silly. I do maths every day. I'm an engineer. I make stuff. I don't need to know about algebra. It's fucking useless. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm out here.
I'm falling.
Living the dream.
Said it was the last time. I'm
falling.
falling.
Take my hoodie off real quick. Just give me 1 second. Just.
Oh, cause does that one count? Cause there's an I after the I. Oh my god, that's actually really stupid.
I'm just gonna get this one. Oh yeah, I really wish we could like play some music while this is going on, like a little bit.
I mean, you can. I can just cut this part out if you want.
No, we gotta keep this bit in. No, this is all staying in. This is good stuff. This is good material. I want people listening to this in their cars. Oh no.
Lamau. I'm gonna sound so cool and smart because I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me just think about it. Oh, it's gonna like jump.
The answer.
Give us an obvious jump cut.
I'll do a voiceover.
Yeah. I'm just gonna actually for posterity.
The chorus. Okay, and then there's the second chorus, which is followed. Well, I think I should just repeat this.
Just so the people are aware. Got a picture. Could be in fucking Dortmund, couldn't I? Might play some Angry Birds.
12, 15, 18,
I think this question was a mistake.
24, 25. No, this looks wrong. And also I'm missing one. Okay, fuck it. 28? I don't know. Fuck it.
28?
I don't know.
28?
I don't know.
28?
28? I don't know.
49.
49? What eyes are you counting?
49. It's 49. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You picked the wrong answer.
Let me go to the thing. Hold on.
Don't start.
No,
I'm start fact checking me.
This is goofy.
Don't fact check me. I literally just listened to this song on Spotify, and every time they said I clicked the equals button on my calculator. Every time to like make it go +1.
That doesn't sound like it's foolproof. Let me actually double check. You know,
no, I'm gonna do some smelling salts while we're here.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Hate this. I won't do that. Need to clean my monitor. Get filthy.
Oh, I didn't know those counted.
What, the eyes?
I don't know which I is I. There's 2 different sounds for I.
This is stupid.
This is stupid.
This was a bad question.
This was a bad question.
Head fuck 3 million. Let's go.
Hating it is my only skill. Hating it here is my only skill. When I wake up in the morning, hating it here is the first thing I do before I go to sleep.
No,
hating it here is the first thing I do before I go.
Welcome to the family, motherfucker. Oh, we're flipping the tables. It's
because some of the eyes are referring to the I'm falling. So you don't count those eyes.
The power dynamics turned around. Uno reverse card, and we just bottled it. We can't handle it, can we? No.
Hating it here is my only skill. Okay.
Sink some DP while I'm thinking. Right, anyway, let's move on. Final question is sort of the initial interview. This is going so much better than I thought it would. It's going to be about Grand Stunt shows. Now, I want to know precisely how many you've been to. And I want to know, like, the highlights. Like, tell me the coolest shit that's happened. You know, have you ever, like, fucking punched a dude and then, like, drunk his blood or some shit? I don't even fucking know. Something heavy like that. Let me know.
Okay. I can name almost every single time I've, like, the dates and everything. First time I ever saw Grand Stunt was October 18th, 2018. Second, that was my first show. It was in a Doc Martin store. It was tiny as hell. It was not acoustic. It was very loud. The store was very small. It was very, very cool. Also, the first time I met him, and if you don't already know the story, that's the first time he ever said, "Glad you can make it," when he didn't know me, and that's why I say "Glad you can make it" every single time at the beginning of the Grandpod. Next, April 2nd, 2019, second time, I that was a crazy time in my life because I you know what, I'm not gonna dox myself
Sorry,
right
is
now.
that
We're just
I
gonna
as in like I, or is that I as in like
I'm going to commit crimes against humanity. Anyways, so second show ever. My second time ever seeing him. I think that was one of the times where he did like the surprise meet and greet. And this was April 2nd, right? Oh, this is a fun fact. I used to prank my friend every single year for April Fools. I don't do it anymore because I did a really bad one time and I really hurt her feelings, so I stopped. But um yeah, no,
Oh.
it's really bad. But anyways, so that was the one where he was doing like randomized meet and greets, and you like submitted this thing, and then they sent you an email, and they were like, "Hey, you just won the meet and greet," you know. And I won one because I submitted between like three different emails, you know, and I won one, and I was like, "Hey." I'm going with someone and they're younger than me. She's not that much younger than me, but I still want. I was going with my best friend, and I was like, "She's younger than me. Can I bring her with me to the meet and greet?" And they were like, "Yeah, just get parents' permission." I sent that email myself. Are you kidding me? Parents' permission?
I mean, no, fuck
Like
that.
I
No,
don't
no,
send
no.
all my mom's emails anyways.
Yeah,
So
no, no.
I did
That's
that.
done.
And then I sent it to my friend and I was like, "Hey, we're meeting grandson again tomorrow." And she was like, "No, we're not." And I was like, "What are you talking?" "Yes, we are." And it was April Fool's because it was the day before. And she was like, "We are not meeting grandson. I don't understand why you think this would work. It's not gonna work." I'm like, if there's any time to believe me, it's right now. We're meeting grandson tomorrow. And she was like, "I need to hear it in your voice." Called her. "We're meeting grandson tomorrow." "I don't believe you." "What do you mean you don't believe me?" At this point, this has been my best friend for a very long time. At that point, we had been friends for I think 10 years. I think that was our 10-year moment, right? And it was like, "I don't believe you. I know your tricks, okay? You're good at lying, and I know you're lying to me, and I don't want to get my hopes up." And I'm like, "All right, suit yourself. Fine." I forwarded the email that the guy sent to her saying that I won, and she said, "Why is it on your burner email?" Because it was on my burner email. And I was like, "Because I submitted through multiple. You need to listen to me." And she's like, "Did you make up a fake email from a fake guy and send it to your burner email to make me think that we're gonna meet grandson tomorrow?" And I was like, "I promise I didn't. I promise it's actually happening." And then it happened. And we have this tradition where whenever we hang out, we try to do this thing where we get Jamba Juice and we have Wingstop. It's like our thing. And we did that outside of the venue.
Sorry,
And
I'm not
Jordan comes
American.
out.
No. Hang on,
It's
slow it
okay.
down.
It's a smoothie. It's a
Okay.
smoothie
Yeah,
and
okay.
some hot wings. Okay?
Right, okay.
Um,
I'm sorry.
so
Excuse me for not being fucking logged into your corporate fucking hellscape that is America. I don't know it
honestly, you're
all.
real.
All right,
You're
continue.
real for that. But anyways, so we had that out. We were literally eating it outside of the venue, and Jordan comes out and he's like, "Hey," from recognizes from that one time a couple months ago, and it was like, "Yeah." And I think that was the day I offered him a hot wing. I was like, "Do you want one?" And he was like, "I'll take one." And he just ate it, and he was like, "If I throw up on stage, it's your fault," and then dipped. And then we saw him later, and for the actual meet and greet, and that was fun. That was the second show. Third show I ever went to was October 8th, 2019, a little bit later in that year. Um, that was it's at my favorite venue in LA, but it was also my least favorite show because gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't feeling the openers as much as I did at the other shows. Just wasn't for me. I still hype them up because I'm not disrespectful.
Cause that's how we do
Um,
it. Okay, you
exactly.
gotta
I still
keep it,
hype them
keep
up.
it. Yeah.
And then one of them was ruined for me by another person. They really liked them and I did not like that person, so wasn't really feeling it. But that show was fine. And then next show after that, there's the huge crater in time that's 2020. We fast forward to 2021. I saw him at Unsilent Night. I mentioned that earlier. That was December 19th, 2021.
I've heard so many stories about that gig.
And then, next one were my two Death of a Tour shows, February 27th and 28th. That doesn't sound right. February 26th and 27th. There we go. February 26th and 27th of 2022. Then I saw him at I saw him open for the acoustic show for X Ambassadors. I don't remember when that was. I do remember it was in August, late August, like August 26th, 27th, something like that. And then last time I saw him was when he opened for Bring Me the Horizon at the Forum, October 6th, 2022, and that was the last time I saw him. Those are all of my grandson sightings. The Forum one's really fun because that was the day we had the Tia Soup debate in the fucking
Oh,
shower at
oh,
Saul and Bethany's hotel.
oh, God.
Um, that was a very fun day because we were playing like Nintendo Switch, like games on the Switch, and then we did the debate, and then we went to the show, and Jordan noticed us. We made a little sign. It was really, really cute. He noticed us, and that motherfucker went and hugged Saul. Like that man reached over Bethany and Zaire, and like I got armpit, and that motherfucker hugged Saul. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Anyways, fuck Saul for that.
Man does play
Fuck Saul for
favourites.
that.
He does. He does.
Um,
I just want to
man.
say the
Oh,
whole
and then
tea and soup thing. That was like the first time we really spoke, wasn't it? On Twitter Spaces,
I
it was
think
just
so.
yelling.
I think so.
Oh,
That was really fun. Oh, and then another fun fact about the ex ambassador show. I had a drunk couple next to me argue over me because the husband got a little too tipsy and kept trying to comfort me while I cried. Did not know that man. And it was like he and his wife's anniversary, and she was like, "You always do this when we go out. I'm just
oh
trying
my
to
God.
comfort the girl." And
Oh,
me,
I
Bethany,
love
and
it.
Saul are just like,
I
me, Bethany, and
love
Saul are
it.
just like, and it was so funny. Like they were mad as hell at the end of that, and I was like, I didn't even do anything, bro. I was just crying. That had nothing to do with y'all, honestly. It's a sad night. What do you want me to do? But yeah, that was fun.
There's
And
something about married
yeah,
couples that hate each other that is really fucking funny.
man,
I don't know why,
in
but it's
public
just
too. And
fucking
they were so
hilarious.
cute in the beginning, and then he got a little drunk, and I guess he decided, hey, let me comfort this random stranger with hugging. And I was like, bro, calm down real quick. But she was like, you're making her uncomfortable. Look at how uncomfortable she is. And I was just sitting there crying because like they're being sad on stage. What am I supposed to do? Not cry? Come on now. I'm in. I'm not gonna hold back. Okay, that's his fault for thinking that was an invitation to do whatever he wanted. Okay, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day because we didn't know what to do. You were just like, yeah. So that last act was cool, right, Beth? And it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get another drink. And it was like, yeah, you should. I can't legally, so haha.
Oh man, America's fucking nuts, man. Can't even drink. Can't get pissed up.
Not even.
Good times. Anyway, that was a fucking good answer. We are plowing through this. Dude, I should do this more often. This is fucking great. Right. So the
Do this
next,
more often. You
next,
need to host my podcast
yeah.
more
But
often.
I'm thinking this is going to turn into a more permanent sort of change in management around here. You know, the people
A
will vote with
rival
their feet.
podcast.
We'll see how the podcast does. But you know, we'll see. Right. Um. Right. Next section of the podcast. So, bringing it around town, bringing it around town. This isn't an ASMR mic. That's gonna have done nothing. Bringing it around town. Don't look at me like that, please. So,
Scared. I'm
um,
sorry.
uh,
What do you want?
with the whole theme of 1 year anniversary and everything, it's been a year since the Grand Pod started. I wanted to make things a little bit personal, and also sort of issue not like a challenge, but like let's do this to the grandkids. So I spontaneously the other day just started getting really nostalgic. I was playing Forza Horizon 5, and I was like, shit, I used to be a kid, man. I used to be a kid with Lego and shit, man, and I was getting well nostalgic about stuff. And I was like, it's crazy how much things can change in like a year. I'm gonna write a letter to myself in a year's time. And so I did that. A few people have seen it. I might even have tweeted it. I don't even fucking remember. But so I'm gonna say what my little letter to myself is, and I want grandkids. You ain't got to share it. You ain't got to tell anyone. But I just think it would be really cool if in a year's time from now, everyone can be like, shit, that's what I was going through then. You know, I thought that was the biggest thing in the world then, but that's nothing. Look how much I've grown. I think it would be a cute little grandkid thing. Anyway, so there are a few details in this that I'm gonna have to censor because I'm not contractually obliged to. But anyway, so hi future me, pass me writing a letter here. You probably think me sitting doing this is dumb, but I want a metric to see what's changed. I feel like I changed so much. Right now, the main thing in my life is work. I feel like that's not going to change. I've got a big exam tomorrow, and I'm really hoping I smash it because I can move up as an apprentice. I'm currently wiring a car that I can't say. And I'm really hoping that fucking works too. In a year's time, I don't know if I'm even going to be building Bentleys anymore. Part of me hopes I'm not, and that I'm still chasing my dreams and making 9-year-old Nick happy. But 22-year-old Nick needs stability too, and I've built a good base for myself in this company. I can't lie, the thought of moving away from all that shits me up. What if I can't hack it and this is all I'm good for? I'm still in love with my girlfriend Johanna. I know things can change, especially after I threw a bit of a wobbly last year. But no matter how the situation between us changes, I know I'll still be in love with this girl. She has a part of me nobody else has, and when I feel myself cracking, she always comes in to soothe me and make me feel whole again. I love that woman more than I love anything, and if I'm honest, that scares me a bit too. On to the superficial stuff. I'm really hoping I get my full license and get a bigger motorbike next year. Maybe I'll even finally get a car too, but I wouldn't bet on that. Riding a motorbike makes me feel like I can take on anything, and every day, even when it's pouring with rain or my eyelashes are frozen together and I'm shit scared of crashing again, everything looks so much more beautiful through a helmet. I want to be fitter, I want more tattoos, and I want to be healthy and happy and full of love, and I want my friends to love me, and I want my parents to be proud of me. That'll never happen, but I can't have it all. But overall, looking at this shit, it always comes back to me being scared. Scared that I'm not going to achieve my dreams, or lose my girl, or end up in another ditch with a face full of mud. So maybe what I'm really saying is that in the future, I want to be less scared. Who the fuck knows? No pressure, 2024 Nick. So
That's
anyway,
so cute.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh no,
gosh.
I was
You know,
like, deep in
I
the
think it's
feelings right
really
now.
interesting that you bring that up because every single year, I started this a couple years ago. Um, I write a letter for myself for my birthday. And I do it in the beginning of and sometimes around this time, February, March,
Mhm.
and I write it for a couple months in the future. And I'm pretty much just like, happy birthday. And I pretty much just go through everything that's happening at that point. Pretty much like you did. It's like, hey, this is everything that's happening right now. And then I love answering questions. I love it. So I leave myself a shit ton of questions about anything that could have possibly happened within that couple of months. Like, oh, did you do anything new? Did you go anywhere? Did you meet new friend? Like, did you meet your best friend in the world, or did you go on a really cool roller like I just leave myself like a bunch of different questions about a bunch of different topics, and then I pretty much am like, hey, I'm proud of you for making it again. You traveled around the sun again. Good job. Keep pushing. You got this. And it's pretty much just a reminder that even if my brain sometimes thinks that I hate myself, that Nyla didn't, and future Nyla won't, and it's just at that point. And it's really nice to have those snapshots in time. And I always go back, whether it's my birthday or not, and read through my old birthday letters to myself, and kind of get a little
Emo.
nostalgic. I'm like, damn, I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, like it's I a couple months ago I was reading my letters, and I had one for my birthday when on COVID lockdown. I turned 18 in 2020. And I was just like, it's your 18th birthday. Is COVID still happening? Because it was like February or something. It was like, did you go back to school? Did you graduate? It's like, no, not really. It was really awkward, and it's really fun to be like, wow, that person didn't know this. Like that version of Nyla doesn't know this. Like for example, the Nyla from last year doesn't know that I saw My Chemical Romance live. That Nyla doesn't know that. It's just stuff like that that's like really fun. It's like I know something you don't, but it's like also me. It's I don't know. I do that all the time. So actually hearing you do that was like, oh, it reminds me of my little letters, and I should probably write myself my birthday letter fairly soon.
I think it's
Um,
really cool. I think you know, if more people did that, I think it'd be cool if we all did it. And I also think it's like, you know, sometimes you can be stressed about something, and it's like in that moment, it's the biggest thing in the world. You know, like it occupies everything, and then you look back and you're just like, that was like a 5 minute thing. You know, that was nothing. So I think
yeah.
it's just a nice perspective. It's a nice perspective. Let me just switch in my notes app again because you know what it's time for now. That's right. It's time for the third question of Headfuck 3 million. And then
Oh God
we'll put the
Almighty.
sound in there. Okay. This one.
Sound.
This one. Okay. Uh, rounded to the nearest minute. What is the
What the
total?
fuck?
What is the total runtime of all three Modern Tragedies albums added together?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you think you're good with your eyes? Huh?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. Show me what you got.
48 minutes.
Oh, it's 46. Oh
Shut
my
up!
god. Well, it's technically 45 minutes and 31 seconds, but obviously rounding that's
Shut up!
46.
I ate that. I'm
I can't
sorry.
even lie.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fucking
Are
mad
you kidding
impressive.
me?
That's
Are you
mad
kidding?
impressive. That's
I
that's
don't think you
fuck.
understand how much I listen to those because I know they're all around 15 minutes, but some of them are a little bit longer. When some of them are a little bit shorter. So I was like 48, maybe like it's like a minute over for each one or something. But I kind of remembered that. That was kind of ate that. I almost said 45 on the dot, and I was like, no, it's gonna be a little past that.
Pretty gangster.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, that
Okay.
was my easiest question. You see how it's patterns? How that was a pattern question and not a counting question? How I just knew that each one was like around 15 minutes and it was a guesstimate. You see?
I think
See,
you're
I'm not
just
counting. I'm not
off
a
your
counter.
fucking rocker. I'm sorry. Anyway, right now it's time. Right now that we've gone through that little whirlwind. Now it's time for your
Okay.
deep dive topic. So, I know you like to do these. I know you like to get into it with people. So
Hmm.
I want to hear what's your deep dive topic. Hit me with it.
All right. So I didn't realize how hard it was to choose a deep dive topic. First off, I just want to preface that. I didn't realize how hard it was until I had to do it. Like I was at work the other day and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to record the podcast. I got a deep dive topic." And I was like, what am I going to do for a deep dive topic?" And this is first off, this is going to be the very first episode of the second season of the Grandpa. This
Oh
is the
my
very
god.
first episode. So it's a fresh start. It's brand new. We're in close to the beginning of the year and everything. And I was trying to decide, like, do I go for a more serious topic? There's a lot of things that are going on right now. Do I try to? And I love when everyone brings their different topics. I love when people bring their expertise on different things and are like, well, this is something that happened in my life and I want to share it if it's more serious, or this is a part of my culture and I want to share that with the grandkids, or just stuff like that, or like even discussions. Like Theo and I just had a discussion about like current concert culture. Like I just love the idea of people bringing something that they really care about and that they know a lot about to the podcast. So I
Yeah.
was like, what do I do? And the the instinctual one was like, well, it's Black History Month. If you couldn't tell, hi, I'm black. That would make a lot of sense, right? You could laugh. But
Oh.
you could laugh.
I was
I
trying
give you
so hard
permission.
not to laugh. Then I don't know why.
No, you're good. You're good. Oh yeah, I love doing that. Yeah, that was beautiful. But I was like, you know what? I would love to do that, but I feel like it is not my job as a black person to educate non-black people on black issues. If you really care about it, look it up yourself. That's not my fucking job. Okay? I can
Oh,
and I'm willing to if you ask me to, but I shouldn't have to do that unprompted. That should be something on you. So
fuck yeah.
I chose something
Okay.
else. I chose something that was related to my baby, this podcast. I love this podcast so much.
Mhm.
Um, I my deep dive topic is going to be grandsonology. Hi, I'm Nyla. I have a doctorate in grandsonology. I've been studying this for around 5 years now. And I really want to just get into what grandsonology is. Um, I want to get into like the different sectors of it because there's different like subsections of this major. I happen to have a master's in a couple of them, but my doctorate is in um, the entire subject itself. And I just wanted to kind of deep dive into it and give you some fun facts and tips and tricks that I've learned ever since I started studying this. I've written countless dissertations. I've written entire papers. I've actually have written papers on grandson before. This is a true fact. Um, so I do have expertise in this topic, and that's gonna be my deep dive topic. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Nyla, you just made that up. Grandsonology is not a thing. You do not have a doctorate. You're impersonating a doctor. Let's get the FBI in here. Let's get you arrested. First off, back off. Second
Amongst
off,
other things, yeah.
um, no, grandsonology is a very, very real thing. It's the study of grandson. It's a study of grandson, and it's not just the study of like him himself, but also the lore around his music. It encompasses everything, right? My specific section of expertise is on essentially different patterns that occur both in the music and in different timelines for different releases. And I proved that. We're gonna actually reveal the secret to the sauce real quick. Yesterday, I accurately predicted that he was going to drop the announcement on a Tuesday. I accurately predicted what Tuesday he was going to drop it on. And that was because of my doctorate. I'm an expert in this field. That's why I got sent $5 yesterday, okay?
Okay,
I
now I'm
said,
listening.
somebody better send me $5 if I get this right. And I am. So, first we're going to just get an overview of the different like subcategories, the sub subjects of what it is in grandsonology. Okay, so the first one is in the grandson lore itself. It's in the albums, all of the narratives that are in each EP, that goes into the album, that goes into the artwork, that goes into the creative vision. All of that is one category of it. It's the lore section. And you know, people like to what's the have a specialty in that. If you're a specialist in grandson lore, awesome. I personally just dabble in it. I have my own theories. I have this one theory to which I am trying to figure out which order, if it's a modern tragedy before Death of an Optimist or Death of an Optimist before a modern tragedy. um and that's one thing that I'm currently working on in that field. There's also different aspects of the lore, like how I do in the bonus episodes when I talk about my theories, or like how he goes from a milkman to a photographer, and this, that. That is all encompassed in the lore aspect. And then you have the Jordan sector. It's just about him himself. It's about the different, uh, his different speech patterns, which he does have, and that it's the reason why I have to do a pretty good impression. I'm not going to do it now because I accidentally slip in and out of his inflections all the time just because I'm so used to it, because I've practiced them, and I've seen, not practiced, but I've seen them so many times that they kind of just got
You've
embedded
practiced
into
them.
my
You've
brain.
practiced them, huh? You in the mirror.
No, they just get embedded into my brain. Like,
Oh,
I'll be
look
on
at me.
Discord
I'm
calls with the
grandson.
grandkids. He says grandson. Every single time he says grandson, it's grandson. And is always emphasized. Um, like, what's up? I'm grandson. It's always like that. And I'll end up like talking like that on accident, and people will be like, you're slipping into your grandson voice again. And I'll be like, my bad. My bad, OD. Um, so it's different speech patterns. Like, for example, fun fact, did you know in 2018, in almost every single interview that he did, you can find him saying the word disenfranchised? Yes, and that includes in the live stream that he did with Mike Shinoda. He used that was his word. Like, that was his, he was in his bag with disenfranchised in 2018. So you can, I'm so serious. And that's just a different pattern. So that's like a specific subsection in grandsonology when you kind of study the man himself, and how he talks in interviews, and how he speaks about himself, and different inflections, different dialects, how you know when he's lying. You can tell when he's lying before he even starts lying to you. And then the last one is kind of a subsection of that, and it's more on the release section. It's studying the different patterns that he does with different releases, when he's cryptic, when he's not cryptic, when a music video is going to come out based off when he made a tweet here, just randomly. You like, there's different there's different sections of that. That's something I'm pretty good at guesstimating most times, but that's just due to patterns that happen from studying the Jordan sector, right? And I'm so serious. This is a genuine like practice. Like, I can speak on this. And here are some tips and tricks. Okay, here's the
Okay,
first thing I learned.
let's go.
Number one, if he ever gives you a specific date, day, or time, he's lying. He's absolutely lying. Okay, and I have proof of
Okay.
this. I posted it a while ago. Apologize came out on February 1st, 2019. He made a video saying that Apologize was going to come out in January before it even came out. He said Apologize is coming out in January. That's exactly how he said it. I know it for a fact. And then it came out the first day of February, right? He was lying. Because as soon as he said January, he was way too specific. The way you know when he's telling the truth and when he's lying is if he's vague. If he's vague, he's going to do it. If he says soon, soon actually means soon. If he says next week, like he did last time, and he did it on a Sunday, and you don't know whether next week he's already counting that week or the week that the actual next week, yeah, that's vague. So when he said see you next week, I was like, oh, he's announcing it next Tuesday. Like, he's the thing, whatever he's gonna do it next Tuesday. And I was on a Discord call when this happened, and everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know. You know, it's really up in the air. We don't know when next week is." And I was like, "It's Tuesday. It's going to be the Tuesday that's next." And I was right. because he did whatever he did yesterday. So that's just to attest to my my
I
degree
believe it.
there.
I'm a believer.
Um, let's see, what else have I learned over a period of time? Um, yeah, no, the disenfranchised thing was really really funny. He picks a buzzword like every year and kind of sticks to it. I never really dove into what buzzwords he used for 2019 through 2022, but I do know disenfranchised was definitely a 2018 thing, and he was like, that was like his word.
I mean,
I
now you
hear
say
it
that, I'm
every
like, I
single
swear
time.
down, I've heard this guy saying this like multiple times. Like, I believe it. I'm a
Yeah,
believer.
it's a it's all in it, you know. And I feel like a lot of people are already like studying grants analogy and they don't even know it. There's a lot of lore breakers out there, a lot of code breakers. If you're a code breaker, you technically should, try to explore the lore division of it, because you're definitely more in that camp. I find myself leaning more towards the lore camp because it's fun, but I have a bit more expertise in the actual the other sides of it. But yeah, that's kind of my thing there. Um and I think this really helps in theories because I don't understand how he thinks. Like, I'm not in his head or anything, but I kind of understand the patterns in his thinking and everything. Like, that man literally named a tour Death of a Tour. So I kind of get it, you know? He's not
You
nothing's
know,
going to be too difficult. So
there's a yeah.
if you start overthinking these letters that he typed, you're going to be wrong. If you start thinking he's going to use the word like tumultuous or something, you're incorrect. I think you need to understand who we're dealing with.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
Um,
ask. That's what I was gonna ask.
mhm.
What's your theory?
I have a couple. Hold on, we were in the Discord talking about it. Let me go find
I
my.
wanna hear what we've got here.
My initial one was "I love you in theory." I thought that's what it was.
Oh,
I
that's
think that'd
so
be a really
good.
interesting one.
That's
That was
such a
my
good
initial one. I was
fucking
like, "I
album
love you
name.
in theory." Exactly. Like, I'm so
Oh
serious. That
my
was my
god.
very first one. I didn't see it from anyone else. We initially started talking in the Discord, and I was like, I think it's "I love you in theory" or I like you in theory. But there's other ones that we. Where is the? I'm trying to find the ones that I made because I don't want to step on anyone's toes here.
Oh yeah, you
Let
don't
me
want copyright
find it.
infringement and the grandsonology
Exactly. It's all me.
plagiarism.
It's
You know,
all,
it's
it's
a
all
serious
my
business.
stuff. Where the fuck am I? When did they add all this shit here? Child, anyways, so where's the theory section? Thank you. Okay. The ones that I had were I love you in theory, I'll love you in time, I'm losing you in there, or I'm leaving you in there.
Oh,
Um,
that's a good one as well. You're good at this. That's fucking. I
thank you.
mean, those are
And
banger names.
then I had a whole like spiel. Let me see if I can find it because I had a whole spiel about um how two of those can work. Someone also said "I lost you in temptation," and I was like, that one's drip. And I actually,
Heavy.
because of, I had a whole like, I was doing 2 plus 2 was 4 yesterday. Like, I was really mathing the math. Let me see if I can find it.
I feel like
Um,
that could be like a song name as well. Also, am heavy
what's up?
looking at getting the fucking the picture that he tweeted out or like the image of the dude that's like all like what
Yeah,
right.
the
I'm
wiggly one.
I am if that is the aesthetic for the next album, I'm fucking in for it because I think
I think it's really really
that
trippy. I really
personal
like
picture
it.
just looks fucking sick. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, yeah, yeah. And
Right.
honestly, I think this album's gonna like. I know Grandson, he's on the map, but this is gonna put him on the fucking map. This is gonna be like.
I'm so
This is gonna be
excited.
like, I'm out here. This is like my fucking coolest name I can think of, and all my best shit. And this is like, we're doing this. We're fucking doing this.
Okay, so here was my here was my like big meaty theory that I made
Okay.
yesterday. So I said, I don't know if this was said, but the new picture looks vaguely like a distorted reflection that's probably in water. And with a water reflection being present in the Riptide video, it does make sense that that could happen. And then I pretty much went on into with Jordan having previously mentioned imposter syndrome in music before with Fallen, and then with identity being related to trying to figure yourself out in the context of everything, and Riptide being about being caught between who you think you are and who your actions make you. I think these can be seen as themes going into the new era, and they can be not only represented by the picture and the image of this distorted reflection of someone, which you would have if you have imposter syndrome. You would have this distorted reflection of self, which would be explained by Riptide, where you're trying to decide between your like who you are, yeah, based off of your actions versus who you personally believe you are and how you perceive yourself. And then with identity being like you're just confused. Imposter syndrome and having an identity crisis at the same time will make you feel distorted in that nature. And then I further went into the fact that having a distorted reflection or distorted sense of self can go pretty good with the I love you in theory, because that can dive into despicable territory. Because if you're unsure about yourself, then how can you be sure that you actually are committed and love someone else,
Yeah,
right?
fully.
Like that's why he would love and then leave her. That's why he believes that no one could love him, because he can barely love himself, because he feels like he's an imposter in himself. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes a lot of sense.
So that was like my bigger theory, and then I also had one for if it's I'm losing you in there. It could also make sense with what I've come up with so far, because maybe he's losing the sense of self he's worked so hard to try and discover, especially towards the end of Death of an Optimist with Drop Dead, and he accepts himself as a pothead and a sinner, and he's not giving up. At the end of that, um, all of that he's kind of lost, and he's kind of slowly diminishing, and he can see himself turning back into that distorted reflection or image of himself. And that's why he's like, I'm losing you in there, or I've lost you in there, because he ended up losing. And it goes from my theory that the Optimist actually did die and X is still alive in the Death of an Optimist. G was not the victor in that. No matter how much it, if G was the victor, Drop Dead would have been the last song. But Drop Dead's not the last song. There's still one more, and it's Welcome to Paradise. And if you look at Welcome to Paradise, it can clearly be seen from X's perspective. And yeah, so there's a whole can of worms. Again, I really like the lore sector of Grandsonology. So yeah, there's every can of worms to open, and I don't have enough can openers.
I mean, I feel like I've been educated. I've been our whole world is just fucking open to me. Just that I don't know
Yeah,
shit about grandson. It turns out I thought I knew bits. I don't know nothing.
yeah.
Wow.
You live and you learn. You
Well,
live and you learn.
yeah. Hopefully not for long. But anyway. Oh, that's fantastic. Right. Okay. Right. Moving on then. That was fucking.
Moving
That
on.
was heavy. Headfuck 3 million. The final question.
Oh God
The final
Almighty.
question for Headfuck 3
What's
million.
up?
Or
Okay.
whatever the noise is, right? So,
Noise.
so it's close between these two options. I'm just gonna preface it by saying this. Uh, on Spotify, what has more listens? Is it Lost Cause with Kenny Hoopla, or is it The Drop Dead with Kesha? And it's fucking close. I looked, and this is,
It's
by the way, for
close.
anyone that wants to look this up and be like, beep, 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 at the time of fucking recording, okay? Don't start this with me on Twitter. You fucking weirdo.
I want to say Lost Cause.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to lock that answer in?
I'm gonna walk in.
Give me a second. Incorrect.
Damn.
Unfortunately, it's the
Damn.
Kesha one by like 50,000. It's like very
No,
little.
really?
Yes, it's
Okay.
close.
Here was my instinct, right? Um, I okay, no, I honestly should have went with the Kesha one, because I didn't really listen to the Lost Cause remix that much. But I was like, Kenny Hoopla fans go crazy. And I know there's a lot of overlap. There's
Yeah,
less overlap between the grandkids and Kesha stands. Like there's some that's like, oh, I used to listen to her, but like current Kesha, like not that many
I
people.
I believe
Uh,
that very soon, if not by the time this podcast goes out, it will probably be the other way around. Um, just because I think more people are coming back and listening to Lost Cause than they are listening to Drop Dead Kesha. No disrespect to Kesha.
so what I'll say is that I will be editing this to make myself right.
Should we do another
Hell
take where
yeah.
you're correct? Should we just fucking run it like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That way I can just edit it. No, we're good. But yeah, I didn't listen to Lost Cause that much. I do love Kenny Hoopla, and I do. I just never. Grandson remixes are very. I listen to them, but I don't listen to them. Honestly, I don't listen to Grandson a lot. People don't understand. I don't listen to Grandson a lot. I have to be like going in like concert mode to listen to Jordan. Like I really don't. I mostly end up hyperfixating on bands like I'm doing with Sleep Token. And then I end up forgetting. And then I'll be like, damn, I haven't listened to Grandson in a hot minute. And then I'll listen to him for like a week straight. And then I'll be like, all right, cool, back to
Yeah.
normal.
No,
And I go back on
100%.
my day. I don't listen to him a lot, especially not the remixes a lot. Um, I hate the cash machine one. I hate
What
that
with
one.
Oliver
It's
Tree?
like, yeah, I don't even hate Oliver Tree. I listen to what song is that? Fuck. I listen to fuck all the time. This shit fucking slaps. Oh my god. When I'm walking into work, I fuck it up. Bitch, oh my god. Are you kidding me? I'll just be walking in, little old lady walking by me like, hello, and I'm like, hi ma'am, and then like homie's just yelling in my ear. Yeah, it's fun. But I don't I don't especially his newer music is a little bit but yeah, I don't listen to Grandson as much as people think I do, especially not the remixes. The Kesha remix I was severely attached to because I just liked the way their voices were together, and I think that would have made more sense for me to choose. But I was just like, nah, go with Kenny Flow.
I
When in
mean,
doubt,
fair
go with
enough.
Kenny Flow.
Fair enough. That's cool. Anyway, I feel like we could do this podcast for fucking hours because I can't lie. I've just been thinking of so many more questions and stuff and all this, but
It's horrifying.
I've actually got a couple bits to do tonight, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
bring this to a close. So, I did
Okay.
put a tweet out earlier in. Is it last month? I did put a tweet out earlier at some point asking for people's requests for like shout outs and song recommendations and shit. 2 people replied.
Mm.
Luckily, I like
I
both
want to
those
say,
people, so you go on.
isn't it so difficult to get submissions from people? Isn't it like the hardest thing in the world, whether they like you or not?
Oh
It's
no,
like,
but frankly,
it's
to
so
be
hard.
honest, I'm glad, right? Because let's
Yeah.
be truthful, all right? No one gives a fuck what anyone else is recommending on a podcast. You don't care, all right? No one gives.
Real.
Don't come in here and say, "Oh yeah," you don't give a shit, okay? Anyway, so going on, the first shout out is my good friend Manon. Everyone knows Manon. We love Manon. Mon
Oh,
cœur. Everyone loves Manon.
hell yeah,
Fucking love Manon.
110%.
Sends a hug to Eli, who's also my good friend. So that's cute. Could have just been a DM, let's
Shouts
be
out.
honest. But anyway, and Manon recommends the song "Blow" by Kid Brunswick, which is a
Okay.
pretty fucking good choice. Then my good friend R2, shout out to you as well. He recommends "Lust to Love" by Ren for short, and also Monica Lewinsky by Upsell. So there we go. There we go. What about you, Nyla? Do some things, say songs, and shout people out, and all of that.
First thing I want to do, um, the day this is coming out is on the anniversary. The day before the anniversary of the Grand Pod is Bethany's birthday. I am number one Bethany stan. I love Bethany the mostest. I am the number one. I'm the president of the Bethany fan club. So, this is a happy birthday to Bethany. I think we also made the um our podcast was like shortly after her last birthday last year. So, yeah, just huge shouts out to Bethany all around for just being like the grandkid. Like when I talk about the grandkids to other people, I'm like, there's this one person, and I just gush about Bethany, and they're like, don't you just like his music? And the guy, I'm like, yeah, but Bethany's so cool. So yeah, that's gonna be my number one thing. Also, music. If you haven't, hold on, let me get real close.
Let's
If you
do it.
haven't listened to Sleep Token, I think I need you to listen to Sleep Token. Like I'm so serious. I don't what the fuck? Oh, sorry. That was weird. I got a notification.
Come on, let's stay
Anyways,
on task here.
um
Come on, we're nearly there.
I let me turn my phone off. Sleep Token is so good. They're so good. And there's lore. If you like lore, oh my god, there's like a whole there's there's so many things to decode. They have runes that like you gotta figure out and discover, and there's like a backstory to their band, and like you can find different clues to said backstory in the songs. Like if that's your thing, or if you just like really good music, oh my goodness gracious, there's a genre for everyone. They got piano ballads, they got metal bangers, okay? They got fucking I don't know what the hell that was, synth pop. Like it's I and it's all cohesive. Like it all feels like the band, the writing, the lyric writing. Oh my god, don't even get me started on the lyric writing. If I wrote just a single line from any of those songs, I would never shut up about it. I accidentally wrote something that was similar to him like last week, and that's all I've been singing to myself for like a week. Because oh my gosh, I want to I want whatever he has, like the songwriting capability, and I want to bottle it and I want to drink it every single day. I don't there's there's no one writing like him. Like uh, a, a, it's it's brilliant, and then sonically everything's beautiful, and then like the summoning is my favorite song, and it's always my favorite song because it's the first song I found by them, and the entire song is absolutely wacky. It starts off like rock metal, like yeah, we're all dreary and stuff, and then it goes to this like beautiful atmospheric synth wonderland world, and it's like oh my god, this is beautiful, and they do this for like a minute. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And then the two, who's their drummer, goes ding 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 on like the little what the fucking called the ride, and then it goes into a funk like sexy banger kind of thing, and it's like what's happening? What's that? Why is there a funk breakdown at the end of this metal whatever the fuck song? It's it's art. It's modern art. And I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with that song. The writing in multiple songs are just it's gorgeous. Oh my I will talk all day. I love Sleep Tokens so much. Um they're my babies. I've attached myself to them extremely much. And yeah, that's that. Yeah. Last time I did this it was about Knock Loose, which was fun. So um
I mean, that's fantastic. I
yeah.
played the summoning at work. It was my one turn a week that I get on the workshop orcs because no one, they don't like my music. And so
Real.
I played the summoning, and they thought it was two different songs. They're like, Nick, God, this isn't the rules. But yeah, it's a fucking
Yeah.
tune. It is a tune.
It's so good. It's
Right.
so good. Like there's a little metal scream part in there, and you're like, that's not the same song.
You're like, this
I
is
showed my
fucking.
mom, and she was
It's
like,
like heavy.
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's so cool. I can talk about Sleep Token all day. I will. This is gonna be the Sleep Token podcast. I'm gonna just change it.
Yeah, the sleep pod. It's not quite as good.
Sleep Pod. Yeah, I don't like that.
Right. So, I guess it's my turn to do song recommendations and stuff. Now, I didn't think of anything before this podcast, but all day today, I've been listening to Crossfire Part 3 by Steven, and it has like a fucking million other people in it. Alright, like a fucking million. So just.
There's a part 3.
Oh, it's a. You're gonna rate this, okay? Homework. I'm giving more homework out. Give it a fucking listen. I know. I only discovered this today. Part 2 like builds in it. You're like, yeah. No, it's fucking nuts. I love it. Also, just while we're here, I've been learning Eden on the guitar, specifically rock and roll. Those that know, fucking know. Beautiful fucking song. Just letting that out there. Right, and then my shout outs. Haven't really prepared these at all. But I don't know. So either you know or you don't know that the reason I'm on this podcast at all is because people voted for me. And so anyone that did that and enjoyed the memes, specifically Eli and Joe for making the fucking memes for me because they did a good job. They did a
They
fucking
were
good
great.
job. But yeah, anyone that voted for me or just like said funny shit, and also to Theo and Liam, um, yeah, it was a really fun thing to do, so I appreciate that. And this has been a really fun podcast to make. And just thanks for everyone for letting me be involved. I always feel like I'm sort of a bit of a don't really fit in so well in this community, just kind of a bit of a fucking random British dude that's out here, putting cars together and shit. He gives a fuck, but I love this. I love this stuff. I really do. Yeah. So that's my stuff done. Just to end the podcast, I thought this is your podcast and it's the anniversary episode. So, if you want to say something, say a few words to the people. Yeah, the floor is yours. Take over.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nyla. I'm usually the resident grandkid host, but I'm not today. Um, this was something I wanted to do for the anniversary episode because most people for their anniversaries are just like, oh, well, this is our 1 year, woo, and then they try to do something special. I wanted to do something different. I was like, um, the grandkids are we're not super political, but we appreciate politics to a certain degree. And I was like, wouldn't it be really interesting to do an election? Um, and I just wanted to go through the whole thing. Honestly, the election was really. I wanted to do more with it. I couldn't because I'm moving. I had to randomly move. In the middle of it, I found out I had to move. I also got COVID at a certain point. It was honestly just really fucking cursed and everything. But I'm really glad that everything worked out. I'm really glad that I got to do this. Thank you for even being on here and wanting to do this. I really, really appreciate it. Um, gonna keep it a buck. When I first started this, I didn't think anybody was going to be interested. I didn't think it was going to. Uh, I didn't think anybody was going to be interested in the podcast at all. I thought I was just going to be talking to myself, in a void and just speaking. And I'm not gonna say, oh, the podcast is through the roof, and we have like 80 gajillion listeners every week, and it's super cool. We don't like. I got like there's 7 people that listen to this fucking podcast, but I'm so grateful for those 7 people, and I'm so grateful that I get to do something like this because I made this for the grandkids. I didn't make this about grandson. I just made it so I can talk to my friends and I can get to know them a little bit better, and that people who listen to it can get to know each other better, and to see that there's actually people behind the screen that we all talk about, we all talk to each other usually on Twitter, sometimes on different social media platforms, and it can be really easy to forget there's a person behind the screen, and there's a person that has feelings, and they also have a story about how they found grandson and how they found the grandkids and what the grandkids mean to them. And I wanted to make this in order to circumvent that and kind of have this positive outlet that we can have to have discussions and share with each other and get to know each other a lot better. And it's here for a year. This is the year anniversary. It's my baby. It's my baby's first birthday. Just took the first steps. Super excited, got the little video of it. And yeah, um, I'm really proud of this. I'm trying not to cry. I cry at everything, so I'm trying not to cry right now. But I'm really proud of this, and I thank you all for listening, and I thank you for even being a part of this in some way, shape, or form. I'm really appreciated, and I'm really happy that I'm not just speaking into the void like I thought I would. A lot of times I feel like I try to do a lot for the grandkids because the grandkids have done a lot for me, a lot more than um, any of you will ever realize. And I try to like do random things like, oh, I made a podcast, or oh, I wrote the fucking children's book that I'm still trying to get art for. Like I I have all these random things that I like doing for the grandkids to like keep us entertained and interacting with one another, because I really do care about y'all a lot, and I really care about this community um that I've like been a part of for a little while. So yeah, thank you for supporting the grandpa. Oh my god, I almost said thank you like him. Where he goes, thank you. That's how he says thank you. I almost said thank you. Actually, no, I'll do it. I'll do my grandson impression.
No, do it. Go for it.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the podcast, the Grandpod. We're on the Grandpod. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate. Oh my god, I appreciate your appreciation. Is always gonna be the funniest thing. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day.